Thanks for watching Keeping It Real Sports.
Yes, sir. Rock Yassin, keeping it real sports.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, man.
With Prince Bell, we rocking with keeping it real sports, and we gonna be on this. We gonna be on a lot of times. I love the platform. Check in. It's the new wave. Like, follow, subscribe, and do all that good stuff.
Come on. I told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Save your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the real sports guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, gon' have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA, game over, they don't play. From the fourth quarter to the ninth inning, NASCAR wheels keep spinning. To the 18th hole, he's still in control. Guy on the go. Coach never missing the play, cause he know the deal. This keeping it real. Sports. Come on. Keeping it real. Yeah. Let's go.
The edition of Keeping It Real Sports, boy, I got a big one planned for you today. I'm glad you can join us. Boy, it is Ohio State, Michigan week, and we'll get into all of that, man, as we're starting to feel the big games, man. We'll go back and we'll look at the pick six from this week, recap all of the NFL action. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of how the college football poll should look. So if you're ready, man, get your popcorn, because we're going to have some fun, because first I'm going to tell you what's hot off the Keep It Real Sports. And what's hot off the Keeping It Real Sports Press? Well, you got to look at the Ohio State Michigan game, man. I'm not going to waste time, man. I got friends today to help me break this down. I'm going to get them both in right now, man. I got Dale Parker. I got Jason Rollinson, man. We going to talk Ohio State, Michigan, man. The smoke is clear, man. It is all over, man. We are getting ready to rock and roll, man. It is all about the game, man. It's all ready to go. Dale Parker, your thoughts, man, on how this thing could possibly play out, man, over this weekend.
Steve, how you doing? Thanks for having me on. I see it being a close game. The key is going, in my opinion, is going to be Ohio State getting off to a good start. They've been historically this season getting off to bad starts, slow starting and turning it on in the second half. And you can't afford to be down to Michigan, at halftime, 7, 10, 14 points. So they're going to have to get out to a slow start. And McCord is going to have to make some big plays early. They're going to shift the double team towards Harrison, which is going to leave Ibuka with a lot of opportunities to make plays. And Travion is going to have to do some, have some big runs in the game. And our defensive line is going to have to hold up, because Michigan is going to try to run the ball down our throats.
Okay, man, do you buy into any of the madness, man, playing a part of this, man, the sign stealing's madness, and then the suspensions, man? Do you buy into any of that, man?
Well, I don't, but of course, they're going to try to use it as bulletin board material. They think Ohio State is the school that snitched on them, which it wasn't. and they were talking about, well, Ohio State gave Purdue, our signs before the Big Ten championship game last year. Well, it's nothing even close to what Michigan was accused of and ended up admitting that they did by agreeing to the 3-game suspension that Harbaugh took. But but it's the rivalry is there anyway. It has been for 100 years, and it's going to continue to be for the next 100. But I see Ohio State pulling this one out in a close one. We're going to have to set the edges and make sure we don't overrush so the quarterback can't take off and get those big runs for Michigan like he did in last year's game. You're going to have to make sure you don't rush past him on the end. Keep him contained. Don't let him get outside. And I think we'll end up winning a close game at the end. I got it 27-21 Ohio State.
Ooh, okay. You early prediction from Dale Parker, man. I'm gonna save mine for next Saturday, man. But yeah, I like where you're going. Man, let's talk about the landscape of college football. And when we look at this, man, the landscape of college football, and man, how this thing is starting to break down, man. The college playoffs are really starting to take shape, man. I think, man, it was a landscape of games that kind of shaped what we're going to see. Nothing more than young Jordan Travis, man, going down, man. I don't know why Michigan State Florida State's being so vague in their analysis. I mean, we can all see the young man's ankle is broken, that he won't be coming back to play football anytime soon. But man, to me, that even pours more water on the case that for Florida State, where I've had them ranked this entire time,
Yeah, it's a tough injury. I hate to see that happen to any player, regardless of what team you root for or what team you root against. You hate to see a devastating injury happen to a player like that. But this thing over the next couple of weeks it's going to be really interesting to see how the committee chooses the 4 teams to be in, because you're going to have some one-loss teams, possible one-loss teams in there vying for a spot, especially Alabama, Texas. If Alabama beats Georgia and wins the SEC, Texas wins their conference championship game. Who do you pick? Do you pick Alabama or do you pick Texas?
Right.
Because Texas beat Alabama in Alabama.
Exactly. Well, you know what, man, I'm not going to even put any more drama to it, man. Let's get to, man, how we think this thing is going to break down, man, when this all comes down, man. Dale Parker, I don't see any reason why one would pick the top 10. We need the Super 6. That's kind of what I see, the top 16. The way that I see that this thing should probably come out tomorrow at number 6, I hate to say it, but the Florida State Seminoles, man, they just missed it, man. They are my number 5 team. I know they're undefeated, man, but the loss of young Jordan Travis, I think, is just huge, man. I know the committee is going to take that into account. That gets me to number 5. The number 5 team I have is the Oregon Ducks. I know they have one loss, but man, the way that they're playing, Bo Nix throwing for over 400 yards right now. He's completing over 80% of his passes. Bo Nix is really getting it done, man. I'm loving the way that he is really guiding his team, man. He is one of those prospects that we're not talking about that's going to end up on a pretty damn good NFL team. That gets me to my number 4 team, man, who made it in, the Washington Huskies, man. I've always liked the Washington Huskies, man. And if you had any doubt in Michael Penix, then you can put those doubts to bed, because he showed up in a downpouring rain, man. Played in it, made big tight throws, man, into the wind, man. He is the guy that you can trust the bank with, man. I've got Washington at number 4. At number 3, I have the the Michigan Wolverines. Hey, man, look, they are physical, and they're going to get after you. But what I can't wait to see is what happens when they don't play football on their terms. I think that's going to be the case on Saturday. Let's see if J.J. McCarthy is up to that task. We know that they have been in the past, but let's see when the rubber meets the road, because that's going to happen Saturday, because the number 2 team that I have in our countdown, man, will be in town, man, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the guy there that you want to watch is Trey Henderson, man. He is the X factor in this one. And guys, I'm just telling you, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Nobody's beating the man. The Georgia Bulldogs, in my opinion, is the man. And man, when you look at our matchups in this thing, this is how I think this thing should all break down. Man, I can't wait to hear the analysis from both of you guys, man, as I think we've got our technical difficulties, man, straight with Jason Rollinson. Yeah, so we got Jay Rollinson in. So look, hey guys, man, your thoughts, man, on the top 4, man, and Florida State, should they fall, man, in the rankings, in your opinion? Dale Parker, you first.
Well, they shouldn't fall in the rankings just because they had an injury, but I understand why, they would fall because they had an injury. I know it may be double talk, but, the committees are not supposed to take an injured player into account when they're ranking the teams. But when you have the injury to such an important player as the quarterback for the Florida State Seminoles, how do you not look and say, I just don't see them being able with a backup quarterback to finish out the season, win the ACC, because they're going to have a tough game against Louisville in the ACC championship game.
Hey, fellas, I just wanted to join the bald head crew, man. I wanted to show my head since everybody else was showing their bald heads. But, hey,
go ahead, Jay Ryle, man. You jump in on this, man.
Hey, Florida State, I love the team, but the injury is going to cost them a shot. If they win the ACC championship, that not having that quarterback, I agree with you, Dale Parker. The committee is going to look at that, and they're going to fall short, especially if Texas got 1 loss. If they're undefeated, maybe. But it's going to be some teams up there that's going to cause, it's going to shake it up a little bit. If Alabama beats Georgia, you can't really leave Georgia out of the mix with 1 loss. And if Alabama gets the automatic bid, do you take a undefeated ACC? Do you take an undefeated ACC team out of the mix if you got 2 1-loss SEC teams?
I'm sorry.
And what if Texas? And what if Texas make?
If you don't have a conference championship, I can't consider you. You have to have that conference championship. And without the conference championship, man, you're going to be damned, whether it's Alabama or whether it's Georgia, man. Without that conference championship, man, it's going to hurt you. The only reason that it didn't hurt Ohio State is because Ohio State was playing the number 2 team in the country at the time. So, man, you got to kind of take all of that into consideration, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing all unfolds, man, as it always kind of plays out before our eyes, man. It's just fun to play what if, in this whole scenario. Guys,
I have never seen,
man, with the NFL.
Hey, I've never.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Take your hat off, Steve, so we can see that ball here.
Okay. Hey, man, y'all leave me alone, man. Hey, look here, man. Let's get into yesterday's Pick 6, man, as we looked at what all went down yesterday, man. Man, another good day. Dale Parker, we had a real good day in college football. But the NFL, man, our Pick 6, we got to start, man. We got Rollinson in the house, man, and man, we got to start with the Browns, man. The defense was the key. The Browns rounded out the victory the way we saw it, the way I saw it, man. I had it 15-14. Damn, I wasn't far off of it, was I, guys? But man, yeah. Hey, man, look here, Dale. When we look at the Browns, they are all about defense, man. I saw this when I spent time with those guys down there, man, and at the training camp. I knew that team had no business finishing last. What I saw that day in training camp, man, and man, they just found a way to win the game, man. You know, Stefanski showed me, indeed, man, you can get it done when it counts, man.
Oh, definitely. The defense is the key. The only thing that concerned me about that game yesterday was they decided to go with the rookie instead of with PJ. You know, I figured PJ was going to get the start when, you know, they ruled Deshaun out because he had the shoulder injury and needed the surgery, you know, and the rookie, he didn't play good, but he didn't play bad. But when they needed to make a drive, he did what Pickett couldn't do. And that was complete a drive, get them in field goal range, and they won the game. You got to take your hats off to the Browns.
Last word, man. Go ahead, Jay.
That's all I got to say. Case closed.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, let's go. Hey, but let's go to man, the game, man. That was probably pretty well unwatchable, man. I kind of thought this would get away from the Jets, man. I had it 24-11. Damn, I gave them too much credit, man, by giving them 11 points. But my goodness, the offense is putrid in New York. We should have saw Dale Parker. We should have saw this coming when the coach slammed the quarterback. Basically said, you know what, you sit your ass down. You know, we should have saw that coming. We should have knew that was coming, man. You know, I mean, he tripped over the 15-yard line, and then the coach tackled him, man. I mean, come on, man.
Somebody should have threw the flag on that play. Somebody should have threw a flag, man. What are the Jets gonna do though next year, man? Are they gonna look at a quarterback?
Next year we come by now.
Man, they done. They done like Thursday's Thanksgiving turkey, dog. They is done, man. They might as well go into rebuilding mode and figure out what they're gonna do with old man Aaron Rodgers, or if they're gonna look at getting a quarterback. Man, they wrinkled up and rusted. They busted.
Well, they know they need a quarterback, even if Aaron comes back to play next year, because he got maybe 2 years left, max 3 at the most. You know, so they're gonna need a quarterback for sure.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Zach ain't it. Zach has never been it, and Zach never will be it. And they just look like they quit yesterday. They got so mad at him. The defense just looked like they said, "Man, look, we're tired of this, man."
Hey, man, Central Catholic can beat the Jets right now, man.
Man, I know, man. It was not a good look in New York at all. Where
New York football,
New York,
this is a historically bad season.
Oh my God.
The Giants and the Jets
it's not good.
are
it's not good at all.
I was surprised the Giants beat Washington the way they did yesterday. I figured Washington would come in and smash them around. But Riverboat
Hey, man, the thing about, man, Danny DeVito showed up, man, and he showed out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, hey guys, this is where I go. This is part of our Pick Six, man. And this is where I go on my weekly Sean McVay rant, where the Rams won the game, and I've never been so mad to win a damn football game as I was yesterday, because the ineptity of the head coach to continue to fall short. I mean, at least you should get your side of the football right. Why are we throwing toss sweeps to Royce Freeman on the 2-yard line? Can you riddle me that, Batman? Can somebody please help me with that? Somebody tell the man that, look, you don't have to trick people all the time. I thought you'd win the game. It never should have got down to the last points, but you don't have a total control of the offense. You ran out of timeouts. You call your timeouts, man, all the time. You just throw them around willy-nilly. That's why you lost the Pittsburgh game. You just throw your timeouts around willy-nilly. That's why you lost the Bengals game. You throw your timeout. You know, you could have forced the other team to call timeouts, man, and you refused to do that. And you came within a millisecond of losing yesterday. Ram fans are getting up. No, let me replace that. I want you to look at me real good. I want to look in the center of the camera and just say, I want to look in the center of the damn camera, and I want to say, Sean McVay will run the damn ball. It's okay for every possession to end with a kick. You don't have to trick people, you arrogant SOB. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I don't know about the rest of them, but I am.
Hey, man,
I
that
speak
seems
on
like that's
behalf
the
of
thing.
all Ram fans.
All these coaches are trying to be like they playing backyard football, calling flag football plays. Run the damn ball. That's what football was based on. Run the ball, play defense, and win the game. You control the clock.
Yeah.
You keep the other team's offense off the field, and you win.
Yep. Mike McDaniel did it yesterday in the Dolphin game. Dolphins had 4th and 1, and he threw a pass to Tyreek Hill, a wide receiver screen to Tyreek Hill, and he got tackled. Tyreek ended up hurting his hand on the play, and he turned the ball over. We're like, what are you doing? Run the football. Just run it.
Right.
Just run the ball. Run the ball.
Yeah, okay, guys, man, we got to get through this pretty quick, man. Hey, man, finishing up pick 6, man, as we looked at the Cards and the Texans, I had it 26-12, man. I thought the Texans, man, would show up, man. Definitely, Kyler Murray makes a difference for the Cardinals, but it wasn't that much of a difference. Hey, the one game that was a nail-biter was the Detroit Lions, and the new look Detroit Lions have really shown up, and they've shown out, man. They would have lost that game in a number of different ways, man. That Motor City Gamble and company found a way to get it done, man. My hat's off to the Detroit Lions, and at least this Thanksgiving we can look at the early game, man, and not have it curdle your damn stomach, man. We can have that. Got all of those games right. The one game that we got wrong was this one, and that's because, once again, the ineptity of Staley and his crew. Again and again and again coming up short, man. Keenan Allen dropped a touchdown pass, man. The young kid, the wide receiver, dropped a go route down the sideline. You had the running back fumbling going in for a touchdown, man. I mean, they just refuse to win football games. I don't know what's going on with the Chargers, but, man, it is a crying shame, and they need to get that thing figured out. They need to get it figured out, fast. Man, right now, I don't see much change in my power rankings, guys, the way that I had it. Because the top 2 teams play later on tonight. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But my power rankings right now, I still have the Detroit Lions at number 5. I have the Baltimore Ravens at number 4. The 49ers, they flexed their muscles at 3. And we got to wait and see what happens tonight. We'll talk about that here in a moment. And with that, guys, man, let's just kind of step aside for a moment and talk a little NBA because, man, they did a little bit of basketball. NBA update. What's going on in La La Land, man? And I think, man, if memory serves right, I think we got 2 Laker fans, man, in the house, man. But when we look at what's starting to transpire with LeBron and the Lakers, man, the old guy goes for 37 again last night, man. Another big performance, man. Half man, half a season. Once again, man. I mean, like, guys, this is going to be the common thing, are you starting to be concerned with the way that the Lakers are looking with LeBron's leading role this year? Dale Parker, you first.
Oh, definitely. At 21 years in, he shouldn't be carrying a team, the way he does every night. Now, I have to admit, AD did show up last night. He had 27 points. He ended up fouling out on a questionable charge call. But he ought to be having 28 to 30 every night. Just that simple, but he just don't show up to play every night, and I just don't understand why.
Jason, hey man, what you think, man? I mean, are you cool with LeBron's role?
LeBron should not be exerting himself in November the way he is right now, man. He's supposed to be playing like this when you get to the playoffs and hopefully to the finals. Him exerting this much energy right now, man. What is LeBron? 38, 39, 40 years old, man. 20 years in the league. AD is starting to become one of the biggest disappointments in the NBA. We tried to put him on that MVP plateau with the Joker and some of them dudes, and Embiid. Ain't no way in hell he up there with them dudes, man. And I like AD. He got the talent, but what is wrong with him? Has he been hanging out with Dwight Howard? Is Dwight Howard doing something to him? But what's wrong with him?
I don't know.
I didn't mean to say that.
It's frustrating.
Frustrating, ain't it,
That
Dale?
gets me to my next question, guys. My next question, man, is it time now, man? Like, I see the same thing starting to happen in Phoenix with the Suns, man. Bill out, man. You know, man, you never know when Booker's out. You know, both of them have had to kind of carry the torch. Last night, it was Durant who showed up and showed out. But, man, he can't continue to carve these kind of minutes out for an aging team, man, with no depth. Jason, real quick, you.
This is showing us right now that Denver is going to win the West again. The two prime contenders were the Lakers and the Suns, and they are falling apart right now. Those puzzles that they thought they had for them teams, the perfect puzzles, they missing some pieces, some big pieces right now.
You, Dale Parker, you worried yet, man, about the Suns?
You have to be, because Bradley Beal has a back injury, and you know those things that linger all season long. And Book has been known to play 75, 80 games a season, but you got a toe and an ankle, and you know there's no more important part on your body when you're playing basketball than your feet. You up and down on them feet all day long, you know, and playing 35, 40 minutes a game. You know, they got to do something. They're going to have to make a move at the trade deadline to take some of that pressure off of KD, because you just don't know what's going to happen with those other two guys. And like you said earlier, their depth is something terrible.
Yeah. Bad feet will mess us up, and we don't play basketball. So if you're a hooper and your feet bad, it's a wrap.
Ask Yao Ming.
Yeah, exactly. That took him out the league.
Man.
Bill Walton.
Right. Hey, man, my team of the week, man, is man, the Indiana Pacers, man. Halliburton, man, is the star that no one knows about, man. It needs to be a household word. This kid has all of the goods, man. Man, I love what they're doing, man. Ben Mathurin is floating under the radar as a superstar. Buddy Hield. They got the big man in the middle that can shoot the basketball. Man, the Pacers got all the answers to the test, man.
Hey, remember they was talking about trading the big boy? Remember they were talking about trading the big boy for Indiana? And they stood pat and they didn't make a move because they knew the Halliburton kid was going to eventually be the leader of that team. He's starting to look just like Jason Tatum, isn't he?
They were going to trade him to LA. They were trying to get him to LA last year.
I'm glad
I wish LA would have took him and sent AD over there.
You better know it.
As much as I love AD, it just seems as though once he became the number 2 option on that team, you know, his whole mindset about the game has changed. And even though Brian said it's your team, but he just don't come out and play like it's his team.
Yeah, he don't.
It's like he's scared. It's like he's scared of the limelight.
Right. Well, guys, here's a game that I hope that we're not afraid of the limelight, because it's coming up. So this is what we're looking forward to. Wednesday night, man, a pre-Thanksgiving, man, extravaganza. Boston, Milwaukee won. Early thoughts, Dale Parker.
It's going to be a tough one. Giannis is playing good. You got Dame. It's always dollar time, you know, with them. But, you know, what are you going to get from Jaylen Brown is the key to Boston's team, because you know what Tatum's going to give you every night. You know, what is the guy that can't dribble going to do? Is he going to try to dribble between the double and triple team all the time? Or is he going to, you know, play a better game? And because Giannis going to take it to Porzingis. You better believe that.
Yeah, Brown is the wild card here, man. This
Yeah.
game could be like the feast of Thanksgiving with the turkey dressing, chitlins, and everything. If Jaylen Brown is Jaylen Brown, he has to step up because this is the Eastern Conference Finals right here. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I'm an Embiid fan as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that.
Philly
I'm
out
not gonna
here,
say that. There's the potential.
Yeah,
It has the potential
Yeah,
to be.
yeah, because Philly,
Thing.
yeah. All right, guys, it's Monday
Steve,
night.
hey, man, why you smile when I say chitlins, man?
Yeah, you know why, man. You know why. Hey, man. Hey, look here, man. It is Monday Night Football, man. We got the game, guys, man. The rematch of the Super Bowl. The Eagles, the Chiefs. The question is, guys, who you got? I'm going to start with you, Jason Robinson. I'm going to put you on the mic first, man.
I
Tonight,
am going with
Eagles.
the Chiefs. Give me Mahomes and Kelsey, dog. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Well, okay, well, tell me why, man. I ain't just going to let you just walk out here just saying you rolling with the Chiefs.
Oh, I
Tell me
can't just
why,
say
man.
that? I just can't say
Tell
that? Hey, man.
Tell us why. Tell us why we should
Hurts is a
roll
little
with the Chiefs.
banged up. Because the matchup is the quarterback play, dog. I think Mahomes got more in him to go against that defense than what Hurts got to go against Kansas City's defense. I'm taking the Super Bowl champs, dog. I'm taking Mahomes. Mahomes is good money all day long with me.
Dale Parker.
As
Who
much
you got?
as I really want to pick Philly because Kansas City, you know, they don't have the wide receivers that they had in the past. But Philly's pass defense, especially their secondary, is so
It's weak.
terrible. It is
weak.
so terrible. So I can't pick against Patrick in Kansas City. I think Kelsey gonna have a big game today because nobody's gonna be able to stop him.
Right.
See,
Don't say it,
guys,
Steve. We're gonna unplug the
I'ma tell
BDI if you say it.
man. Hey, look here. Jason Robinson, I was 5-1 in my pick six this week. I was undefeated in my college picks this week. I've been doling out nothing but winners in 66 games of picking pro football this year. In 66 games, I am 46-20. That's pretty damn good, Jason Robinson. So
That's
you
pretty
might
good.
not want to
That's
like.
pretty
Yeah, that's pretty darn good, man. But when I look at this thing here tonight, man, and I look at the weather factor, it's been raining, nothing but rain in Kansas City. That bodes well for the Philadelphia Eagles, man, because when it all comes down to it, man, I love the matchups on the outside, man. The questions is the Kansas City offense. Can they find other ways other than Travis Kelce to score, to be able to get chunk plays? The answer to that all year has been a resounding no. Now, the question is tonight, can they get it done? It's going to be real interesting on the outside. The matchup to watch, guys, is the cornerback Snead going against A.J. Brown. That is going to be an intriguing matchup because Snead is an assault assassin. He will assault you. I can't wait to see that matchup on the outside. I just think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to really slow this thing down, man. I was leaning Kansas City coming in until I saw all the rain. That bodes well for the Philadelphia Eagles. I like Philly tonight, man.
Hey man, that was a good one right there. You took the weather factor in there. I didn't know what the weather looked like down in Kansas City, but I've lived out that way in the Midwest when I was in the military. When that rain and that wind start whipping around down there, it can get real ugly down there. What's the black weather dude? You kind of look like him.
No. Hey, no. You know, Jason Robinson is called the real sports guy. You will figure this out sooner or later. You will figure it
Hey, man,
out.
take your hat off, man. Keep talking about us. You got sports, show the ball here with the rest of us, man.
And you
And so
gonna have
all of
to
you.
you gonna have to give the Browns some love, man. How the Browns?
That's what I'm saying.
Top 5 and they beat Baltimore.
Man, hey, look,
That's what I'm saying. You feel me, Dale. You feel me. Steve wrong. You wrong, Steve.
hey, man, I done
You
told
put
you
the
to get
shine
off that
out.
narcotic. I done told you, Robinson, to get off that narcotic. I done told you, man. I know that it's legal in Ohio now, but come on, man. You need to
Issue
put it down,
2.
man. But you put it down. Hey, look, for Jason Robinson and Dale Parker, I'm your boy, the Real Sports Guy. Make sure you like, you subscribe, make sure you comment, man. You bring a friend to tell a friend, man, and we'll all be friends. No show on for Thursday, man, so happy holidays for everybody. But I'll be on site doing a remote from Tim Hortons this here Saturday, man. Ohio State, Michigan, who you got? I'm going to take all of your videos. I'm going to take all of your comments. We're going to post all of them. It's going to be a special 1-hour edition of Keeping It Real Sports this Saturday morning leading up to kickoff of the game. So for the guys, I'm your boy, the Real Sports Guy, man. I wish you love, peace, happy holidays, and chuck them deuces.
That's what's up, fellas.
Come on. Told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Save your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the Real Sports Guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, gon' have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA.
Hey, y'all, that was pretty dope.